I believe the snake method is the absolute best option for somebody that's new to smoking meat. It is very hard to mess up. So let's get on out to the grill and let me show you how to set this up. The first thing we're going to do is just dump a pile of briquettes onto the charcoal grate so we can start setting them up. Now what we're going to do is called a 2x2 snake. That means there's 2 rows on the bottom and 2 rows on the top. So we're going to build out the first row right now, and what we're going to do is just start setting up briquettes one after another with all briquettes touching. Now think about a row of dominoes after they fell. That's kind of what we're going for here. So we're just going to go around the kettle, setting up this bottom row in rows of 2 until we get as far as we want to go. Now how long you make this snake is up to you. It depends on how long you expect the cook to take. Of course, for something that's going to take 8, 10, 12 hours, you want a longer snake. For something that's going to take a couple of hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, you don't need the very long snake. All right, so after we have both rows, the 2 rows on the bottom, 2 rows on the top, I'm going to leave a little space right there at the front, and that's where we're going to pour our starter coals. To get our starter coals going, we're going to take our charcoal chimney and turn it upside down. I'm going to place a Weber lighter cube right there in the bottom of it, and then I'm going to put like 4 or 5 briquettes there. Light that cube, and then we'll wait for those to light up and ash over. Once those starter coals are already ashed over, it's time to pour them onto the snake right there at the beginning where we left that little ledge there. After we have our starter coals in place at the front of the snake, now we can go ahead and put a couple of chunks of wood on top. It depends on how long your snake is, but you definitely don't want those touching like the charcoal. You want to put some space in between each chunk because you want to allow time for that first chunk to kind of start to wind down before your coals are getting to the second chunk, and so forth and so forth. Now it's time to go ahead and set the vents. Every good charcoal grill is going to have at least 2 vents, or dampers as they call them. You're going to have one down by the coals, and you're going to have one somewhere on top of the grill. So you want to set your bottom vent for almost closed. We call this, when we're using a kettle, we call this example a quarter open. That means it's almost closed, or this is a quarter of the way open. So we set that, put our lid on, and then I'm gonna set that top vent all the way open, and I'm gonna leave it open until my temperature starts to get close to where I want it to be. It just depends on what you're cooking, but most items can be smoked anywhere between 225 and 250. You don't have to get really specific about most things. Anywhere between 225 and 250. But like I said, once you start seeing smoke come out of the grill, you want to do what I taught you in the other video, and just wait till that smoke calms down. Wait till it's not thick and white. Wait till it starts to calm down and thin out, and then go ahead and put your meat on. But that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to be giving you guys some more tips, some more videos and stuff like that along these lines. But that's the basic setup. You can go ahead and put a pan of water underneath the opposite side where your meat is going to be. That just helps maintain moisture inside of your grill. That's important if you're going to be doing a really long smoke at really low temperatures. But other than that, that is the charcoal setup. It's called the snake method. You can see why it's called that. But it is a great place to start if you're new to smoking. And like I said, when you're new to it, you need a win, man. You need it to go right. And that method right there, if you leave that lid on, if you're not opening it all the time, you leave that lid on, you're going to be a success with the snake method. All right, we'll see you next time on Run on the Grill.